If you are watching this, you probably had that moment. A little pressure, some pain, maybe even blood. You're wondering, isn't this happening again? I have been there more times than I'd like to admit, but now I don't panic. I follow a simple protocol that actually works. And in this video, I'll walk you through it, step by step, so you can calm the flare fast, avoid setbacks, and feel in control again. My name is Bimal Maharjan. I am founder of Gutsphere, and more importantly, I have lived this. Years of straining, bleeding, flare-ups. Let's start with clarity. I have internal hemorrhoids, usually grade 2. That means sometimes prolapse during a bowel movement, but usually go back in on their own, especially when I use a seat spot or cushion. Sometimes it even regresses back to grade 1. It disappears. So when I feel a flare-up coming, I act fast because timing really matters. For context, I have grade 2 internal hemorrhoids. That means they may bulge out during a bowel movement, but they go back in on their own. When they flare, I notice some bleeding, discomfort, or mild swelling. But the beautiful thing, with the right protocol, mine often settle down and stay quiet for months. When I follow the steps I'm about to show you, they often shrink back to grade 1. That means minimal symptoms, no prolapse, no pain, just peace. When a flare-up happens, the first thing I do is stop certain high-intensity movements. No HIIT, no heavy squats, no deep straining or bracing. Why? Because all of these spike intra-abdominal pressure, and that pressure builds up in your pelvic floor and rectal veins, which makes hemorrhoids worse. It's like pouring fuel on fire. So my first step back, let the fire die down. Here is my go-to protocol, broken down. 1. Sit spot, twice a day, 10 to 15 minutes. I fill a sit spot or basin with warm water, just enough to cover the anal area. Sit and soak for 10-15 minutes. It relaxes the muscles, improves blood flow, and reduces swelling. When I do this consistently, the hemorrhoids visibly shrink. They literally reverse. And 2, apply petroleum jelly before pooping, before a bowel movement. I gently apply petroleum jelly to the anal opening. This reduces friction, protects the tissue, and helps the stool pass with less resistance. Think of it as a slide, less scraping, less irritation. And 3, apply over-the-counter cream after pooping, after cleaning. I use a bidet. I apply an OTC cream. It would be hazel-based, hydrocortisone, or even hazelnut ointment. Use what's accessible and safe. It soothes the tissue and promotes healing. Honestly, even without the sitz bath, just doing the jelly before and cream after works pretty well for me. But when I do all 3, I recover fast. In fact, most of my flare-ups, including bleeding, calm within a day or 2. And step 3, I avoid sitting too long, especially on hard chairs. I use a cushion if needed. Every 30 to 45 minutes, I stand, stretch, or walk. This keeps blood flowing and prevents pressure buildups in the rectal veins. And when pooping, I always use a squatty potty or footstool. It relaxes the puborectalis muscle, improves angle, and reduces the need to strain. Little change, big difference. And step 4, I switch to gentle movements. Walking, light yoga, breathing exercises, no core tension, no holding my breath. This is pelvic rest. Just like you would rest a sprained ankle. Let the tissue decompress and reset. And if I feel tension in my pelvic floor or anal sphincters, I do a few reverse Kegels to release that grip. Here's a quick primer. Kegels are when you squeeze your pelvic floor muscles, like you're holding in P. Reverse Kegels are the opposite. You relax and gently push out. Think of it as exhaling into your belly and letting the pelvic floor drop. I might do a few both. For example, contract 3 seconds, then relax for 5 seconds. This helps restore tone and balance without strain and grip. And step 5, track what's working. All of this might sound like a lot to remember, but that's where tracking helps. In the Gutsphere app, I log my bowel movements, symptoms, what I ate, My flare-up triggers and what's helping over time. Patterns become obvious. You are not guessing anymore. You are learning your body. And healing becomes a system, not just a hope. Download the Gutsphere app. It's free and available on iOS and Android. And here's a big trigger no one talks about enough: travel. I used to get flare-ups during long car drives, overnight flights, international trips. Why? Simply because you are sitting for hours. Blood flow drops, hydration drops, digestion slows. And if you are holding in your poop on top of that, you are asking for a flare-up. But now I plan ahead. Here is what I do: my hemorrhoid travel toolkit. I hydrate aggressively, especially on flights. Carry a travel cushion or seat. Walk or stretch every 1-2 hours. Bring petroleum jelly plus over-the-counter creams. Never ignore the urge. Use the bathroom when needed. You can't stop living because of hemorrhoids, but you can start living smarter. When I follow this protocol early, day 1, bleeding stops. Discomfort fades. Day 2, sitz bath plus cream equal to significant relief. Day 3, no straining, hydration, movement. And day 4 or 5, I'm usually back to my baseline. Look, not all hemorrhoids can be healed naturally. If you have grade 3 or 4, constant bleeding or prolapse that doesn't go back, please talk to a GI doctor. Sometimes rubber band ligation, sclerotherapy, or surgery is needed. But if you are in the early grades, like me, there is so much you can do. It's not about one magic fix. It's about consistency, observation, and kindness to your body. So hemorrhoids aren't just a random event. They're a signal, a feedback loop from your body. Mine were telling me, hey, your pressure regulations are off. You are overdoing squats. You're ignoring hydration. Fix it. So I stopped blaming the system and I started fixing the system. And that's what we help you do at Gutsphere. We are building tools to turn gut flare-ups into learning loops. If you are dealing with flare-ups, know this: you are not broken. You are not alone. You don't need to suffer in silence. You just need the right tools, the right daily habits, and the right system for your body. That's what we are building here together. Download the Gutsphere app. It's free on Android and iOS. Inside, you'll find trackers, checklists, reflection prompts, and more. Let's turn flare-ups into feedback and feedback into freedom. See you in the next episode.